wave them high, red and yellow and pink and green.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to the Red Elephant Art Club. I'm so happy you're here today to join us in another lesson. Just recently, I got to travel to Minnesota, and we traveled way up north next to the Canadian border. We were camping and hiking, and we had so much fun, and we saw some beautiful scenery. So today's lesson is been inspired on a waterfall I saw there. Now, there was also another artist who loved the scenery up there in northern Minnesota and in Canada, and his name was J.E.H. McDonald. And so today's painting has been inspired by his artwork. So I want you to get all your supplies ready so we can begin. Welcome back, kids. Do you have all your supplies ready so we can start? You have your paper and your oil pastels and your watercolors and your white acrylic paint, which we will need this time, and some water to rinse your brushes off and some brushes, all right? Now I want you to place your paper vertical like I have here. That's like a portrait style, all right? And then I want you to, we're gonna start using the black pastel, oil pastel, and we're gonna draw a line from one side of the paper to the other. Okay, and it doesn't have to be straight. So I'm gonna start about right here, and I'm gonna just kind of go like this, okay? Just like that. Then I want you to go down to the bottom of your paper, down here to the bottom, and we're gonna put some bushes down here, kind of like trees. So, and it just looks kind of like this, kind of like clouds in a way. All right, let's do some on the other side as well, and then maybe one here in the middle. Okay. Now we're gonna put some more lines. Go back up to the top of your page, and about, I don't know, a couple fingers away from each other, I want you to make kind of a swirly line like this, a curvy line, and go all the way to the edge. And then you're gonna do it again. Go a couple inches apart, and then you're gonna do it again. All right, then we're gonna do it one more time. Like that. Okay? You can do it even one more time down here. We're gonna go from one of the trees to the other side of the tree though. Okay, like that. Okay. Now we're back up to the top of the very first line we did, and I want you, we're gonna put two lines going down in the middle, all right? Like a ladder, it's kind of look like a ladder in a way. So I want you to start right here to the very top, and we're gonna go from here, and we're gonna make it end over here, so like at an angle. So like this. And then you're gonna go over here, and you're gonna go over to this side. So it's gonna be more narrow at the top and wider at the bottom. Like that. Okay, and that's the start of our waterfall, all right? Okay, then at the top here, right here, we've left some room. We're gonna add some mountains. So what I want you to do is just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down, okay? Just like that. Okay, I hope I'm not going too fast. You can put it on pause and catch up. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some details here, okay? So I want you to take your black pastel again, and I just want you to make some curves. One there, and then maybe another one here, and then another one here. It doesn't have to be an exact spot that I just did it. You can put it wherever you want, but just add some curves going like this. Just like that. On each side. This is going to be your water here in the middle, and these are going to be your rocks. And this is going to be your trees, and this up here is your mountains. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to add some brown. I want you to kind of add some brown along the same lines that you added your curves, like that. Okay, you can add a few more. This is just to kind of give it some texture. Okay. Now let's do our water. So now the water, I want you to just make some swirly things like this. This is to help make the picture look like it's moving, like there's some water coming down. And so just make some curves like this, and you can use a light color blue and then maybe a darker color blue, like this. That way it looks like it has some depth. And then just make some curves just like that. All right. Now we're going to do some things down here to the trees. We're just going to make some, go like this to your trees. Some curves like this. Just anywhere on your trees like that. We're going to do the same thing up here. We're not going to forget about our mountains. We're going to add some things on our mountains too, just straight lines on our mountains. And you can use green and you can use brown, like that, maybe even a little bit of blue. That might be pretty. Okay, like this. All right. I might have gone a little bit too fast for you, so just make sure you put it on pause so you can catch up if I went too fast. All right, catching up. And leave it there for a second so you can see. I'm just getting some paint ready. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to paint. We don't want too small of a brush, like a medium-sized brush. If you get too small of a brush, it takes too long. If you get too big of a brush, it might be too hard. But I think the perfect brush may be this size right here, okay? Because we're going to paint all of this basically the same color. So this is going to be more like a brown. So just get some brown paints out. All right, a little bit of brown, light brown. And with watercolors, remember, the more water you add to your paint, the lighter it's going to be. And I want you to paint this whole thing side on this side brown. Okay? It's like this. You paint the whole side over here brown. And you can add different colors of brown to give it different textures. Okay, just like that. And then more water you add. You can paint water right on it. And then you can add some brown to it. Just like that. Look at that. And then looks like. Okay, then I want you to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, you guys having fun? After you're all done with your painting, I want you to look up this artist's name, J.E.H. McDonald. And I want you to take a look at his artwork. He was named one of the group of the 7 that inspired the Canadian art movement. Okay. He was born in England, but he was raised in Canada. And he loved nature. Okay, how's that, guys? We can add a little bit more here and there like this to give it some more depth. Okay? However you want to do it, like that. There you go. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to do the water. Okay, so now make sure you rinse your brush off really well And sometimes I always keep a rag handy to dry my brush as well. Okay, now we're gonna do this. Whoops, that's a little too dark, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna rinse it off, and I wanna add some water. Okay, fix that, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. We're going to add some white. Usually with watercolors, you don't use white, but we're beginners. Okay. Now here this is. I want you to add some blue to the bottom of your mountains like this. All right. And then I want you to add some green. Just like this. Oh yeah, that looks kind of look pretty. Okay, so make sure you don't put it on too dark. Make sure you lighten it up with water. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Okay. Then I think we need blue at the top for our sky. So just paint all the way across. You can leave some of it just plain if you want. I think I'm going to just add some water here to it to make it light. Just like water. No paint on my brush, just some water on my brush. Okay, now we're down here at the bottom. And we're going to do the green, make this green. Okay? There's all different colors of green. I think I'm going to use a little bit lighter green than I have here. So that, okay, let's see what I have. All right. You can add some yellow to your green as well, just to lighten it up. And I think I'm going to do that. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay, and then I just think the rest, I'll just add water, just paint on there like this. Okay, you guys having fun? Remember, you can't make a mistake, really. It's all about how you want to see it and how you, every artwork's going to turn out a little bit different. We all see things just a little bit differently, don't we? Okay. Okay. After we do that, I want you to take some white. Matter of fact, I'm going to use the smaller paintbrush for this. So I'm going to set this one aside. I'll clean this brush out a little bit later. All right, I'm going to use the smaller paintbrush. I'm going to just get some white. And I'm just going to add some streaks in here. Okay? Just like that. Then down here at the bottom, well, I'm going to put the top too. I think I'm going to add some water because it's splashing. The water's splashing. And down here, really, it hits the rocks and it splashes up. And I'm just kind of dabbing it instead of really painting it. See? Just kind of dabbing it. And you can make it go really hard, like it splashed really hard. Okay. There we go. See, like that. Okay. How's yours turning out? Okay, you like it? Okay, we're just about finished. You guys finish up yours and make sure after you're all done, all artists need to sign their painting. So make sure at the very bottom, like I'm doing right down here at the very bottom, I'm going to sign my initials. There we go. Okay, kids, I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time.